Today's tutorial will explore a 10-mark question from paper 2, the beliefs topic based on the secularisation. Here is the question that we are going to explore, and as it has an item, it will be question 14 on section B, topic 1. A quick reminder of this type of question: it does have an item and it is a 10 marker. You should spend 15 minutes to answer, roughly about 7.5 minutes per paragraph, 2 balanced chunky paragraphs. Make sure you read the item carefully. This will provide the hooks. Make sure you quote them, and they are placed there for you to develop and add your knowledge to. And also check out the question hooks also, because you will need to show application of knowledge to those as well. So this is the question and the item that we are going to explore. Now you might want to pause this video here so you can have a little bit of a go at reading the item and the question carefully and formulating ideas about what you might write about, and then join back in to check out what the mark scheme might look like. So here's a quick glance of the mark scheme, and the focus is of this top band. It is a generic mark scheme because this question hasn't been asked before. It's just a question that I've asked students to do for an assessment to practice their knowledge. So you will need to have good knowledge of the 2 ways and the developed application of material from the item as well. And what that means is that you'll need to explain it to show that you understand it and also apply it to the question set. And then finally, there will be appropriate analysis and or evaluation of the 2 ways or the 2 responses. So let's look a little bit closer at the question. So the important trigger words in the question are item, and it is in bold. And what you'll find is that it will be in bold 3 times. It'll be at the top, it will be at the top of the box of the actual item, and it'll also be in the question as well. And it's so important that you do quote the item, because otherwise you won't score higher than 3 out of 10. It will also ask you in this question, the trigger is about 2 ways. So this means processes or steps of why something occurs. So in this case, it's about how religion has lost significance in society today. Now, I did mention the item as being super important to be successful on a question like this, and it is good practice to quote the item. So what you are looking for is, once you spot the word to, it's the word after it, or the words after it is what you're hunting for in the item. So as it's asking for 2 ways religion has lost significance, that is what you're looking for. So you might want to pause it now just to have a little bit of a look. Which ones do you think is the item hooks for this question? So there are actually 3 hooks in this item that you could possibly develop. So we've got, firstly, the worldview of science and rationality. That could be that technological worldview, and you are asked to talk about the way in which religion has become more rational, and this is where you could link into Weber and the rationalisation process. The second hook is religious institutions no longer holding a significance in people's lives. So this could indicate you talking about Parsons and structural differentiation and how it's undergone this rise in specialised institutions as we entered a modern society. And finally, we've got a diversity of lifestyle choices, and this could suggest that there is a rise in social and cultural diversity, referencing Berger and his research as well of following the industrialisation period, how we start to see diversity of lifestyles. So let's have a look at a student answer to see how they do hit all these skills. So looking at this student answer, you can see that within 15 minutes they've able to write 2 clear chunky paragraphs, and I can see straight away that they've started off with the item in both of those paragraphs. Remember, it is essential to make sure that you reference the item and develop your points on from there, otherwise you're not going to be scoring high. So let's start off with paragraph number 1. So they link into religious institutions don't have significance, and straight away they mention Parsons and structural differentiation, so automatically we've got some AO1 knowledge. And then they show that they understand the process because they need to talk about the way in which it has lost significance. So they compare, in the past, religion used to perform different functions for everyone, such as providing healthcare, it was educating, it was also meeting economic needs, law and order could have been included in there as well. But then since industrialisation, the state has overtaken a lot of these roles, and we start to see specialised institutions that perform these roles better. So that is a clear breakdown of the way or the process. They then give some examples of how another institution has replaced religion. So they talk about NHS, and they link it back to the question, this has lost religion to lose significance as people no longer rely on the church to perform these functions, and this is leading to disengagement of religion. It's no longer the centre of social life or political life anymore. They also do a bit of analysis. They say, similarly, education is another institution that has overtaken educating the young, replacing the role of religion. However, they end with a little bit of evaluation. Religion still provides mental support for a lot of families during a time of crises such as death, which means it still holds some significance for members in society today. So we've got a bit of item, we've got a bit of AO1, we've got a lovely example here where we link it back to the question to gain AO2, and it ends with a bit of AO3, analysis and evaluation. So let's have a look at the second paragraph to see if it does something similar. So it starts off with, firstly, the increase in diversity of lifestyle choices. So again, clear reference from the item, and they talk about what that means. So they show they understand that idea. So there's an increase in the amount of religious beliefs in society, and we then reference Berger. So we've got a little bit more sociological knowledge, and they argue that religious pluralism has led to a decrease in this idea of community. And again, they're talking you through the way in this has happened. So they talk about before, in industrialisation, there used to be small knit communities, then they were brought together under one religious beliefs. And since industrialisation and the migration or internal migration, there has been an increase in loose-knit communities with a diverse range of beliefs. This has caused religion to lose significance. So we've got that lovely link back to the question, as people are able to question the beliefs of the dominant religion in society. Religion then undergone a bit of crisis of credibility because people started to question their beliefs. It also meant that people have more freedom to explore other religions that undermines the main religion within society. Okay, so that, just breaking that down, shows a bit of analysis anyway, because they've talked the way through how this has changed. And then again, they end with a bit of AO3. Many sociologists disagreed with this view, as religious pluralism has caused religion to remain actually significant because in today's society there is an increase in other religions such as Islam and Hinduism in society. And I know we discussed with our students that we looked at the census records from 2021 and how some religions such as Islam and Hinduism had increased in number from the 2011 census. So overall, good knowledge of the two ways, clear developed application of two hooks, and it applied it to losing significance. So there was that link back to the question and clear analysis and evaluation, which was evident on both paragraphs. Massive thank you for watching and listening. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below, and have a fantastic day. See you soon. Bye bye.